Good morning, I am Purnima, and once again I welcome you to my English class. Today I am going to do a new lesson. In fact, I'm going to revise a new lesson. The name of the lesson is The Fight, written by Ruskin Bond. So in this lesson, student, he is described about a fight between two boys, and children, these two boys, okay, how they fighted. They were not able to see each other, and finally children, they became a very good friend. So this is I'm going to tell you about the background of the story, that Ranjit had been in Raipur when he discovered a pool in the forest. So a boy was there, and whose name was Ranjit. So he had discovered a pool in the forest. Now children, when he discovered the pool, it was a hot day, and he plunged into it for a swim. He just, children, he went there inside the pool, and he started, he really wanted to see. When he saw that beautiful pool of cool water, he really wanted to, children, he wanted to swim, and where he jumped into the water of that pool and he started swimming. Now children, he went there for his holiday, and he had no friends there. So he already he was feeling a loneliness without any friend. But then when he saw his that pool of water, he forgot everything and he jumped into that water. Now so he now when he had no friends, he used to wander about alone everywhere. And children, a small stream flowed out from rocks to feed the pool. Ranjit's limbs were supple and free of fat. So now children, his was slim and trim, and he loved swimming. He started swimming in the pool. Now then that day, children, he swam for a long time, and next day again he came to the forest where that pool of cool water was there. When he lay there, he was lying on the bank of the cool water. Then he noticed another boy looking at him in a very hostile manner. The other boy was Suraj. So what was the name of the other boy? He was Suraj. He was much more older, much more taller and stronger than Ranjit. He said that it was his pool and he always swam alone. Now children, that when that boy saw that Ranjit was going to swim alone, he told that that pool belongs to him, and he wanted to swim alone. He don't want anybody to swim in that pool. He called himself a warrior, and he told that I am a warrior. Ranjit was not afraid from that boy. When he was just telling all that thing so that Ranjit would run away, but Ranjit was not afraid. He was not scared of that boy, and he said he was not a villager but a fighter. So when he told that he is a warrior, Ranjit also told him that he is not a villager but he is also a fighter. He refused to run away. So children, Ranjit refused to run away. He threw a challenge to his adversary. The warrior slapped Ranjit with force. Now children, since warrior, that boy who came afterward, he was much stronger than Ranjit. When Ranjit threw a challenge, he told her, no, I will be, this is my pool also. I am also going to swim in that pool. So that warrior, that boy who was much stronger than Ranjit, he came and he slapped with the full force, and Ranjit also hit back with his bony fist into the other's face. So children, a fight had started between them. Now the two started fighting, grappling. It was a violent struggle. They fought for a long time. The fight continued even in the water. Children, they came near the water and they started fighting in the water also. Neither emerged victorious. after fighting for a long time, nobody was victorious. Both the boys were equal in fighting. The warrior deferred the fight for the next day. Ranjit promised to come prepared for the fight. He had got cuts on his face, legs and arm. So Ranjit promised to come prepared for the fight. He had got cuts on his face, legs and arms. So Ranjit, next day when he challenged Ranjit that he would fight, even Ranjit was prepared to fight, and he came back home. His face, there were a lot of cut in his face, in his legs and in his arms. Well, children, that evening he went to bazaar, he went to the market, and children, he drank lemonade and he ate jalebi so that he can get a lot of energy. He saw his adversary coming down the road. Both looked angrily at each other. He was feeling weak and lazy after the previous day fight. But he could not back out of the challenge. He knew he was no match for him, but he refused to accept defeat. So he knew that boy was much stronger, but then he refused for the defeat. He thought that as long as he fight, he had the right to the pool in the forest. So children, what he thought? He thought that as long as he will fight, he can swim in that pool in the forest. The next day, the two stood on either bank of the street. Ranjit challenged him to swim and come to his side. He was superior to Suraj in swimming. He could dive easily. Ranjit could swim under water for a longer time. He could dive easily. He guided Suraj how to dive and swim under water. Thus, he fought his opponent. Ranjit acknowledged that Suraj was a wrestler. Suraj promised to make Boni Ranjit a pahalwan. The two became friends now. In that moment was born love and understanding between them. So children, there was a mutual understanding between him. Ranjit told him that he is going to teach him how to dive and how to swim underwater, and that boy told, I will also make you pahalwan. That means he will also give some tips how to fight, because he was a good wrestler. And children, in that moment a love and understanding was born between them. And now children, it was decided that pool of water is jointly belonging to them. So their fight has turned into friendship. Okay, so this is this story about fight is, and now I will be doing the explanation part. So student, a few days ago I've already done that lesson, A Short Monsoon Diary, written by Ruskin Bond. And again this lesson is written by Ruskin Bond, and you can see how nicely children, a fight had started, okay, to become say greatest enemy, and after few days how nicely they had become children, a good friend. So now I am going to read chapter 6 from your book It So Happened, and I am going to explain the lesson, The Fight. Now before your lesson, 3 points are there which I am going to read it. Ranjit discovers a pool in the forest and plunges into it for a swim. Plunges means to get drowned. That means he went inside the water for a swimming. There is serious trouble between him and someone else over who has a right to the pool. A fight ensues. The first round ends in a draw. Now, so I am going to begin the lesson. So children, I am going to begin the lesson. Ranjit had been less than a month in Raipur when he discovered the pool in the forest. So children, Ranjit, he had been less than a month in the Raipur. So children, he came to Raipur in one of his relative to visit a relative house in the summer vacation, and it had been less than a month in Raipur when he discovered the pool in the forest. And suddenly children, what happened? One day he was in the forest, okay, and he discovered the pool of water in a forest. It was the height of summer and his school had not yet opened. So children, it was summer vacation actually, and the summer was at the peak. That means it was very hot, and still his school was not opened. And having as yet made no friends in this semi-hill station. So children, he was there in a semi-hill station, but he did not have any friends till now. He wandered about a good deal by himself into the hills and forests. Now children, what he used to do in the free time? He used to wander here and there in the hills and the forest that stretched away interminably. Interminably means endlessly. So you can write it here. What is the meaning of interminably? Endlessly. Okay. So children, he wandered about a good deal by himself into the hills and forests and that stretched away interminably on all sides of the town. So children, on all the sides of town there was hills and forest, and it was stretched away interminably. It was hot, very hot. Now children, it was very hot there at that time of the year, and Ranjit walked about in his vest and short. And children, it was so hot that Ranjit had to put his vest and short, his brown feet white with the chalky dust. And children, everywhere it was very dusty. Some white color powder was there. The white chalky dust was there which used to stick in his feet, that flew up from the ground. And when he used to put his feet, children, that chalky dust used to flew up from the ground. The earth was parched. Okay, parched means, what is the meaning of parched? Dry. So children, the earth dry. Okay, the whole earth was parched because children, it was very hot and no rainfall was there, and the grass brown, the trees listless, hardly stirring, waiting for a cool wind or a refreshing shower of rain. So children, the earth was parched, okay, dry. The grass has turned brown from green to brown because of heat. The tree listless, hardly stirring, no movement of the tree was there, waiting for a cool wind or a refreshing shower of rain. So it was on such a day, a hot, tired day, that Ranji found the pool in the forest. So children, it was on such a day, a hot, tired day, that Ranji found the pool in the forest. And children, he was going and going, and what did he saw one day? He saw that a pool of cool water was there in the forest. The water had a gentle translucency, and you could see the smooth round pebbles at the bottom of the pool. So children, the meaning of translucency. It means clarity. That means the pool of water was so clear, it was so translucency, so clear that children, people can see the clean through the clean and white transparent water. And what they had seen that pebbles were they were lying, smooth round pebbles were lying at the bottom of the pool. During the monsoon, this stream would be gushing torrent. Torrent is a rushing stream of water. So children, during monsoon, this pool of water, it changed into gushing torrent. Okay, that means children, it used to become stream, emerge, and you could see the smooth a small stream emerged from a cluster of rocks to feed the pool. And children, a small stream already children emerged from a cluster of fort to feed the pool. So a small stream was coming out from the rocks to feed the pools. During the monsoon, this stream would be gushing torrent. And children, when the monsoon season was used to be there, this streams used to be gushing torrent. Torrent means rushing stream of water. Cascading. Cascading is coming down like a waterfall. Cascading is coming down like a waterfall. So after it used to children, it used to come like a waterfall down from the hills. But during the summer, it was barely a trickle. And children, during the summer, it was barely a trickle. Weak or children, what is the meaning of trickle? Thin flow of water. Thin flow of water. Cascading down from the hill. Cascading is coming down like a waterfall. Cascading. What is the meaning of cascading? Coming down like a waterfall. Okay. Coming down like a waterfall. So cascading means coming down like a waterfall. So during the monsoon, this stream would be gushing torrent, cascading down from the hills. But during the summer, it was barely a trickle. Trickle. That means it very thin flow of water used to be there. The rocks, however, held the water in the pool, and it did not dry up like the pools in the plain. And children, when the stream was flowing, there were rocks between them, and they used to hold the water of in the pool, and it did not dry up like the pools in the plain area. So in the picture you can see the beautiful picture of your book. You can see how Ranjit is lying, and the beautiful white blue color fresh water, clean water pool is there. You can see in the picture, and it did not dry up like the pools in the plain. So children, when the rock used to hold the water, it never used to dry like the water which is there in the plain area. When Ranjit saw the pool, he did not hesitate to get into it. So children, when Ranjit saw the pool, he did not hesitate to get into it. He had often gone swimming. So he did not hesitate to get into it. He had often gone swimming alone or with friends. When he had lived with his parents in a thirsty town in the middle of the Rajputana desert. So he had often gone swimming, children. He was there alone or with friends when he had lived with his parents. So children, a fight took the Ranjit. He had been to his grandparents' house, maybe to children enjoy his summer vacation. It was very hot, and what did he discover? He discovered a pool of water, and he was simply, children, we will read from page number 46. Okay. So we were here, page number 46. Children, when Ranjit saw the beautiful pool of water, he did not hesitate to get into it. He had often gone swimming alone or with friends when he had lived with his parents in a thirsty town in the middle of Rajputana. Now children, here when he saw that beautiful pool of water, he was very happy. He remembers the pool of water when he was there in Rajputana. Okay. And what did he saw? He had seen that one of his friend that when he was there in Rajputana, he had remembered that he knew a very pool, a sticky pool and muddy pool of water, and where the buffaloes wallowed. What is the meaning of wallowed? They used to take bath, and women wash clothes. So children, that pool of water was very muddy, sticky, because buffalo used to wallow. Women used to wash the clothes. He had never seen a pool like this, so clean and cold and inviting. So children, when he saw this pool of water, he was very happy. He had never seen a beautiful pool of water like this. It was very cool, it was clean, transparent and inviting. He leapt into the water. He just leaped means children jumped. So what is the meaning of leaped? Jump. And children, wallowed means rolled about in mud. So children, the buffaloes used to wallowed there, and women wash clothes. He had never seen a pool like this, so clean and cold and inviting. It was so tempting that he leapt into the water. His limbs were supple, free of any fat, and his dark body glistened in patches of sunlit water. And children, he was having a dark complexion, so his body, what happened? It was shining, glistened in patches of sunlit water. That means children, his body was shining, the water was sunlight was falling on water, and his dark complexion body was shining. So glistened means shining. The next day he came again to quench his body in the cool water. Now children, next day he came again to quench his body in the cool water. So quench means to children to remove away the thirst. So he was having thirst for swimming. So he came again to quench his body in the cool water on the forest pool. He was there for almost an hour, sliding in and out of the limpid green water. Limpid is clean. What is the meaning of limpid? Limpid means clean. You have written the meaning of limpid. Limpid means clear or clean. So children, he was there in the limpid clean water, and so either he used to be in the limpid clean water, or sometimes he used to come out of water when he used to feel a bit tired. He used to lying stretched out on the smooth yellow rocks in the shade of a broad leaved salt tree. There was a salt tree, and he used to lie there in the rock, okay, for some rest. It was while he lay thus that he noticed another boy standing a little distance away, staring at him in a rather hostile manner. So children, when he was there, what did he saw? He saw a boy was there, and he is staring him in a very hostile manner. Okay, hostile means ill will. Okay, so he was looking at him in a very hostile manner. The other boy was a little older than Ranji, taller, thick-set, with a broad nose and thick red lips. Now children, the other boy was very strong than Ranji. He was fat also, he was stronger, and children, he was having a broad nose, thick red lips. He had only just noticed Ranji, and when Ranji did not say anything, the other called out, "What are you doing here, mister?" Now children, he looked at Ranji, but Ranji did not reacted anything. He did not say anything to him. So he was a bit annoyed, and he told him, "What are you doing here, mister?" Ranji, who was prepared to be friendly. Now children, since Ranji was alone there, he was not having any friend. Okay, so even what happened, even he wanted to have a he wanted to make friends to him. So he Ranji, who was prepared to be friendly, was taken aback. Now children, when he listened the way that boy was talking to him, he was taken back at the hostility of the other stone. "I am swimming," he replied. "Why don't you join me?" Now children, Ranji, but though he did not reacted at that time, he told simply in a simple tone, he told that I am swimming, and why don't you join with me? "I always swim alone," he told that I always swim alone. Said the other. this is my pool. I did not invite you here. Now, gentleman, he told in a very firm voice that this pool belongs to him and he did not invited him to that pool. The stranger strode up to Ranjit. Okay, the stranger strode up to Ranjit. Uh, strode up, children. He walked up quickly. So he walked up to Ranjit and he told, who still sat on the rock. Ranjit was still lying. He was still sitting on the rock and planting his broad feet firmly on the sand, and his feet was firmly touching the sand, and said, though this would settle the matter once and for all. Don't you know I am a warrior? I do not take replies from villagers like you. Now, children, that boy started behaving very rudely with him. He told, don't you remember that I am a fighter, I'm a wrestler, and I don't want to fight with the villagers like you. He told, I am a warrior and I do not take replies from the villagers like you. So you like to fight with villagers, said Ranjit. Well, I am not a villager, I am a fighter. Now, children, Ranjit was a very active boy. He did not like the way the boy was behaving, so but he told that I am not a villager, and if you are a warrior, I am a fighter also. So he told, I once again that boy told very rudely, I am a warrior, and Ranjit told, I am a fighter. They had reached an impasse. So, children, they had reached an impasse. Impasse means a place from where it is very difficult to come. So, children, they were standing at such a point that they don't want to turn back, neither wanted to bend. Though both were blaming the first boy. Ranjit don't want to move from there, and that boy was forcing him to move. He told, I'm a warrior and this pool belongs to me and you have to move from here. Now, Ranjit also replied that if you are a warrior, I am also a fighter. So, children, neither of them wanted to move. They had reached an impasse. One had said he was a warrior, the other had proclaimed himself a fighter. So, children, one told that he was a warrior, and what did the other told? He told he was a fighter. There was a little else that could be said. You understand that I am a warrior, said the stranger, feeling that perhaps this information had not penetrated Ranjit's heads. Now, children, once again that strange boy told that he is a warrior. He told that why Ranjit is not able to listen to him. So, children, one of them told that he is a warrior and the other told that he is a fighter. They had reached an impasse. One had said he was a warrior and the other had proclaimed himself a fighter. And, children, there was little else that could be said, and they were in a mood to fight. You understand that I am a warrior, said the stranger, feeling that perhaps this information had not penetrated Ranjit's head. Now, children, the other boy, he was thinking that that Ranjit would be scared from him and he would run away. So once again he told me why his message is not entering into his head, why he is not able to understand that again and again when he is telling he is a warrior, he should think that he has he must be afraid, he must be scared from him and he would run away. So, children, but Ranjit was a brave child. He did not put his feet back. Even he started telling that he is a fighter. You understand that I am a warrior, said the stranger, feeling that perhaps this information has not penetrated Ranjit's head. I have heard you say it 3 times, replied Ranjit. Then why are you not running away? I am waiting for you to run away. Now see how nicely both were treating each other. One is telling that I am telling you again and again, I am telling you that I am a warrior. But why, for what you are waiting here? So he told me, no, I am waiting here because, what did he say? He told that I am waiting here because I don't want me to run away. Ranjit told, I wanted you should run away because I'm also a fighter. If not warrior, I'm also a fighter. I will have to beat you, said the stranger, assuming a violent attitude, showing Ranjit the palm of his hand. Now, children, when Ranjit replied him back, he became very very angry, and children, he started showing his fist. Okay, he told that I will show you that I will show you why you are not running away, and now I have to beat you. Then only you will run away. And he started showing his children palm to him. So he told, I will have to beat you, said the stranger, assuming a violent attitude, showing Ranjit the palm of his hand. Now what did Ranjit tell? I'm waiting to see you do it. Now Ranjit also did not move. Then also he told, okay, I will be wait. Let me see how you are going to beat me. You will see me to do it, said the other boy. Now the other boy was also firm in his words. He told, okay, if you want to see me how to do it, then you can see me that how I am doing it. Ranjit waited. The other boy made a strange hissing sound. They started each other in the eye for almost. Stared each others in the eye for almost a minute. Now, children, Ranjit waited. That boy made a very strange type of sound, and he told they were staring each other for a minute. Then the warrior slapped Ranjit across the face with all the force he could muster. So, children, muster is gather, to collect or gather. So he beat with all force. He gave a tight slap to Ranjit with all his force, and children, Ranjit staggered. Okay, staggered means he felt weak. He was about to fall. Okay, because it was a very hard slap for him. Feeling quite dizzy. Dizzy means he feel like as if he's going to fall. He's going to children. He started feeling giddy. Okay. Now there were thick red fingers marks on his cheek, and finally, children, there were thick red fingers marks on the cheek of on the face of Ranjit. So you can see that boy, he was really a very though he was strong, but he was in a mood to fight. There you are, exclaimed his assailant. Will you be off now? And then after beating him, he told Ranjit that there you are, and now you are going from here or not. Now, so children, what happened next? That's I will be doing in my next children video. I will be telling you what really happened, and with this I conclude my video. Thank you and have a nice day ahead.